Last in our Winx Believix series, but certainly not least, is Flora. Hello everybody, I'm Nicole, these are my rabbits, and welcome to Sketching with Rabbits. If you've watched any of my previous Flora videos, you'll probably know by now that she is my favorite fairy. Her Believix is also one of my favorite transformations for her, although I'll be honest, I don't know if I say that in every Flora video. For her pose, I always aim to make her look graceful and elegant, but also soft, if that makes sense. I feel like those words describe her personality, and they should translate to her poses. Her design was a little more on the intricate side compared to the others, with all the vines and petals that were incorporated. When I color, I usually start with the skin. Sometimes it's because it's the lightest color on the character, and other times I think it's just out of habit. I think I also do this because it helps me gauge the other colors compared to the skin tone, and I also feel like it gives the character some life. For Flora, I used 3 colors, a highlight color, base color, and shadow. I typically use about 3 to 4 colors, along with a blush color. For this particular series, I added an additional shadow color using purple. For some reason, after I finished the skin, I started coloring the base colors on her hair, but then stopped and instead colored her outfit. I filmed this a while ago, so I don't know exactly what was on my mind, but my guess is that because if I colored all of her hair, the drawing would look very brown. When I was coloring the green lettuce looking portion of her outfit, I shaded it a little different. I didn't treat it as if it was ruffles, but instead as some kind of tulle. In order to give it that look of fluffiness and dimension without adding any sharp creases, I used a stippling motion, which is just little dots, on the majority of it, but then I also added a sharper shadow where the skirt overlaps that part. I colored her shoes with the same blues as her ribbons and the same pinks as her outfit to make sure that they matched. Now for her hair. As I filled in the base color, you can see that it matches her skin tone quite a bit, probably because I'm using the same marker. The highlight color I chose for her hair is the same as her skin's base color, so when I add in the base and shadow color on the hair, then the contrast starts to come out and you can see where the hair and the skin meet and not where they blend together. It might seem a little redundant to add the highlight color everywhere, especially if I'm just going to cover it, but for me personally, I find that layering the markers on top of each other kind of helps to blend them together more harmoniously than if they were just put side by side. I really enjoyed blending Flora's wings, mainly because of the fun, bright spring colors. I used 5 colors to complete this blend, and I really like this color combination. I did mess up a little bit on one of her lower wings because I accidentally colored the flower that is supposed to be a different color. So in order to fix it, I went over the mistake with a colorless blender. Luckily, the color that was supposed to cover it was purple, so it wasn't too obvious. Let me know if you'd like to see a video on how I usually cover or fix any alcohol marker mistakes. I have a few videos and tutorials that mention it from time to time, but if you'd like to see a dedicated video, leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Outlining is next, and also leave a comment if you want to continue seeing me outline my drawings or not. I know I move a lot, so it's not the best for video, and I'm open to taking it out, but if it's something that you still want to see, I can keep including it. Any suggestions are also welcome, such as leaving it in real time or speeding it up. I mainly just don't want to give you a headache because I twirl the paper a lot. And for the final step of any fairy, I always have to add the white gel pen sparkles, which I think I went a little overboard with on this one. As always, all the materials I used in today's video are listed and linked in the description for your convenience. Since I did go a little crazy with the sparkles, I went over some of them with marker to tone it down. This is a trick that I like to do in order to either lessen the sparkles or make them different colors. And there you have it. Flora completes the Believix series. I hope you like how all of the Believix turned out. This has to be my favorite Winx series I've done so far, probably because I can see such a big improvement compared to the Enchantic series or even the Magic Winx. I do have a surprise video or two coming up in May, so be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. Keep creating contails. I will see you in the next video.